radical leftist collective snuck protest art into a hit 90s TV show for 3 years, and almost no one noticed. In 1994, award-winning artist and professor Mel Chin was teaching at both Cal Arts and the University of Georgia, flying across the country each week. It was on one of these flights when he came up with the idea of an art exhibit that lived on television. When he got home, his wife was watching Melrose Place, and when he saw a painting on the wall behind Heather Locklear, he thought that would be the show. It was a good pick. 14 million people tuned into Aaron Spelling's Melrose Place each week. But it was a pretty benign apolitical soap opera ripe for juxtaposition. So he presented his idea of sneaking art into Melrose Place to his students. The project would be called In the Name of the Place. Chin and his students formed the Gala Committee, GA for Georgia, LA for Los Angeles, and agreed it all had to be done in secret. Not even the viewers should know. Their first order of business was figuring out how to pull this off. They noted the name of the show's set decorator in the credits, Deborah Siegel. They found her number in the phone book, this was the 90s, and pitched her the idea. And surprisingly, Siegel was on board, because she considered herself a very leftist activist person. And here was some interesting contemporary art being offered to her royalty-free. But the Gala Committee had no idea what the show's stories would be, or what art of theirs would be featured and when. So they just made the most wild, provocative things they could think of, sent them to Siegel, and hoped for the best. Sometimes it really worked, like these sheets that featured unrolled condoms. Unrolled condoms were banned by the FCC on television at the time. But one piece nearly killed the project: a poster-sized alcohol ad in the show's in-universe advertising agency. The poster said "total proof" over an image of the Oklahoma City bombing. Siegel got called into executive producer Frank South's office for that one, and she came clean about the Gala Committee and what they were doing. Well, that's the end of that, right? Siegel's fired? Nope. It turned out Frank South was into experimental art himself. Not only did he let the Gala Committee continue its project, but he fully integrated them into the show's production. Now they were going to get scripts for upcoming episodes so they could make more pointed pieces. And they could even come to set and consult on the installation. South also decided not to tell his boss, creator Aaron Spelling. Over the 4th and 5th seasons of the show, the Gala Committee smuggled in more than 100 pieces of subversive art, like a blanket featuring the chemical structure of RU-486. The so-called abortion pill. Many of the pieces reference the AIDS crisis, including this pillow sporting an image of the AIDS virus itself, and this sculpture that's made to look like a virus, made out of a cathode ray tube and TV antenna. There were Chinese food bags that read "human rights" and "turmoil," the euphemistic term used by the Chinese government during the Tiananmen Square massacre. They relabeled all of the alcohol bottles in the show's bar "shooters" to reference the intertwined histories of slavery, agriculture, and the alcohol business in the United States. There was an in-universe ad campaign that featured silhouetted images of same-sex couples with children. Gala even helped conceptualize a character that was a visual artist. Her pieces looked like they were pleasant California landscapes and homes, but actually depicted the places where certain tragic events happened in Los Angeles history, including the Manson murders, the Viper Room where River Phoenix died, and this one of the house where Marilyn Monroe overdosed. The collective finally revealed its project to the public with an exhibit at the Museum of Contemporary Art in LA in 1997. And the response at the time was a bit underwhelming. Reviews of the exhibit were poor, and the TV watching public never really caught on to what the Gala Committee was doing. You see, TV at the time was not in HD, and you couldn't pause or rewind. Easter eggs were not yet a thing. Hilariously, Aaron Spelling only found out when he read a New Yorker article about the exhibit. But based on Slate's report, all he did was give Frank South a talking to. In the end, this might have only amounted to a high-concept inside joke. But reflecting on it now, not only is it amazing that they were able to pull this off, but I think the Gala Committee was truly ahead of its time.